Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Looney. Today, I want to talk about why I've completely stopped chasing those 1,000% gains and why that's actually made me a better investor. But before we get into this video, quick shout out to the Discord. It is free to join, and I also offer a premium membership for $8 a month, and it gives you access to one-on-one coaching, trade callouts. I have an option selling course. I do giveaways and more. You can check it out. All the links to that are in the description. Right now, the market is hot. Everything is flying, and it sort of feels like no matter what you buy, it's going up. And we're seeing everywhere that people are posting all their returns and begging everyone to check out their stock or the next ticker. And they're basically trying to find the next rocket ship or the next open we could use, for example. And yes, it is fun. A rising tide lifts all boats. But that's the exact moment when people get reckless. So here's the truth. When you chase those once in a lifetime 1,000% returns, you usually end up overexposing yourself to hype stocks or meme plays or just overall risky options that can blow up your account just as quickly as they pumped. So I'm going to stop there and continue my point after this because I do actually own Open, and Open is considered one of those hype stocks and meme plays. So yes, I am actually doing what I just said not to do. The difference is I am not overexposed. I'm using about 2% of my portfolio. So if this hits big, great. If it doesn't, I'm only down about 2% on my portfolio. And sure, other stocks in my portfolio would most likely be down as well. But in the grand scheme of things, those are long-term holds. This one can be a long-term hold, but if it does go to zero and I end up losing out on this trade, it's only 2% of my portfolio. It's about 1,300 as of now, as we speak. And in the grand scheme, not a big position in my portfolio. This isn't like a all or nothing play. Sure, I am doing an option play on it. I'm selling a put, but I'm not overdoing it. Or at least right now I am. Who knows in the future? But as of now, it's only 2%. And if it does continue to dip, my diversity should go down. And also if I add more shares, then I could lower my average cost and I'll dollar cost average. So I'll try to be as smart as I could be with some kind of stock like this. I'm not going all in. I'm not buying now, expecting it to go to $82 the next day. When I invest, I'm very strategic and I'm very picky when I want to actually invest. But we are seeing stories all over X or Reddit or wherever you see it of someone hitting big, turning $1,000 into $100,000. But what you don't see are the thousands of accounts that went to zero trying to do the same thing. So instead of swinging for home runs every trade, I have shifted my focus to building those consistent gains. And that's why I sell options. Selling options is a very consistent strategy. It's not flawless, but it's one of the safer option trading strategies you can use to get into shares for cheap and also collect income while owning the shares. So I have a bunch of put sells or cash good puts, one on Mara, another one on Mara, one on Zeta, another stock that I was really interested in, and I decided to pull the trigger on and I sold a put on it. And all these sort of trades are in the premium Discord that I give out as soon as I make these trades. So I just want to give that another shout out as for examples. Archer, another one, and you can see Webull, another one, and again, Open, a lot of cash good puts. I do have some spreads. That's also an option selling strategy. And then the other side, I do have covered calls. So I have Oscar $22 call. I actually just rolled this and I'll continue to roll it as long as I get paid to do that. I got paid a net credit to do this. So realized profit of $37 and I got paid $80 in premium. And with the $80, I could do whatever I want. I could buy more shares of Oscar. I can sell more puts on Oscar. I could do just simply hold it in cash. You can really do anything with that premium. And then I have another Mara call at 30. This one I went really far out of the money just so I didn't have to worry about it getting called away. Mara is a very risky stock. A lot of these crypto mining stocks either run hot or have a lot of downward momentum. And this one, again, similar thing going on. I got $21 in realized profit, and I got $27 in credit that I could use for whatever I like. And then those spreads, I do have some debit spreads. These ones are, they're buying strategies, but they're in the money, so they're pretty similar to a lot of these credit spreads that I have open as well. But that's a little bit more advanced, and I don't do that too often. I'm only doing that right now because the market is hot, and I don't want to be owning shares right now. I want to be sort of just trading, either losing small or winning small, and turning those small wins into consistent or compounding. So I'm not really trying to turn my portfolio into 10x overnight. I'm not doing calls, or I'm not buying short-term dated calls. I do have some long-term calls that I have open, not doing anything with those as well. But what I'm trying to do is to be steady and have some repeatable growth. And that's the difference between gambling and investing. 1,000% returns plays might make for flashy screenshots, but they also come with 1,000% risk. And I'd rather just stack those 5 or 10%, 20% gains over and over again. So my portfolio in the past month is up 6%, and past 3 months, I'm up 20%. And past year, 48, overall 59%. And this wasn't done by aggressive trades. I did take some risk with some of the stocks that I chose, like Riot and some other stocks like SoFi. But my strategy was very simple. I wasn't hitting for those home runs. I was selling puts and collecting premium, doing long-term leap options. And now my 3 months, I am up 20%. So I'm really letting compounding do the heavy lifting, and then rather than going all in chasing a lotto ticket. And again, if the stocks or the market pulls back, I'm prepared for that because I don't have all in trades. For example, something like SoFi, I bought when everyone was fearful, and I'm up 130%. So even if it drops 30%, I'm still up pretty significant, or I'm still up around 100%. So I can actually weather the storm of a downward market. Now, if something like Open goes down 30%, that's a different story. And that's where I have risk allocation or risk management comes into play. And that's why it only takes up 2% of my portfolio. So I would say don't let this hot market fool you. Yes, there are winners out there. And yes, you can do really well this bull market. Who knows when this bull market's going to end? It could be for another year. It could end next month. But it won't always be this easy, because when the music stops, the people who built their portfolio on discipline and consistency will still be standing. And that is what I am striving to do. And yes, I do make mistakes as well, like every other investor. I have some covered calls that are deeply in the money, and I'm having to roll those. And I'm trying to actually buy back some of these calls. This way I could let my winners run. But this is a learning lesson. And I'm still not gambling. I'm not going all in to do some sort of revenge trade, because the gamblers will be wiped out at the end of this, because just as fast as they went up is just as fast as they will go down. So that's why I'm not chasing for those 1,000% returns. I'd rather focus on strategies that actually build wealth long term. Until next time, peace.